All right, man. So next game I kind of want to talk about for a little bit, man. Bethune Cookman versus Alabama State. Now this is Alabama State's homecoming, so Bethune Cookman is already coming into a hostile environment. Now I want to say this: I think they picked the right team because I think this game gonna be fireworks. I think both quarterbacks have been cooking, especially Ransom. Ransom, the last 3 games, 10 total touchdowns and only 3 interceptions. He's been on fire. And in terms of wide receiver duos, I think they probably have the best wide receiver duo in the SWAC. I don't know yet. I'm probably just guessing. But to be on the safe side, I'm going to say top 3. And they're not 3. But, yeah, Huggins and Ross for Bethune-Cookman receiver duos has been absolutely amazing. They've been cooking as well, man. But I think Bethune-Cookman is going up against a very solid secondary. Now, Alabama State, in terms of run defense, is hit or miss here and there. Bethune-Cookman does have, a few running backs. I think Robinson, their true freshman running back. Ransom can run the ball as well. And listen, Alabama State defensively as a whole is very decent. Like they're in the top echelon when it comes to the SWAC. They're at the top, both running and passing. So I think Bethune-Cookman, they're gonna have to match score for score with Andrew Body. Because let me tell you something about Andrew Body. I think Andrew Body, if we're talking about the best offensive player in the SWAC so far, it's been him. I think Andrew Body has been on the mission, especially with, him missing 2 straight years due to injury. And the way he's been playing with, 12 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, leading the SWAC in passing touchdowns, completion percentage, and 0 interceptions. And he's also top 10 in rushing, even though he does need to be a little bit more careful when he's running the ball. I think Andrew Body has been absolutely on the mission. And not to mention, he has really young weapons on offense. Their top running back is a sophomore. Their top two receivers are freshmen. They have another 3 out of their top 4 receivers are freshmen and sophomores. I think they have one. Tyree Sanders is a senior, but I really ain't seen him this year. And they have the Jede, I think number 9. I think he's tall light skinned receiver. I think he's a senior. They have a junior running back in Ligon. And they also have another running back as a senior. But outside, this is a very young squad, honestly. And they have the potential. Listen, if all their weapons and Andrew Body decide they want to come back and run it back, they can very much well do that. And they could possibly be one of the favorites to compete in the East. I don't know. But listen, I think Alabama State offensively has been amazing all year. They rarely give up the ball. If they give up the ball, it's through fumbles, and I don't think they have many of those. They're the least penalized team in the SWAC, and they take care of the ball. Outside of the 2 or 3 fumbles that they had at Southern, and that fumble that they had against FAMU, going into the second half. Listen, I think this is a very disciplined team. And for what it's worth, they're top 2 in the SWAC in rushing. They're top 2. They use about 3 or 4 backs to run the ball, including Andrew Body. With Hoslaw, Hoslaw is definitely one of the better running backs in the SWAC. We seen how good he was last year. He had a few good games last year. So now this year, as him beating the lead guy, he's been taking advantage of it. But I really do like this Alabama State team this year, and they've been playing amazing. Like I said before, they've scored 30 points in every game, but Bethune Cookman, like I said, offensively has been cooking. Now, here's the problem with Bethune Cookman. I think they have one of the worst defenses in the SWAC, which, I also believe that one of the reasons why this could be a barn burner, because Bethune Cookman gives up a lot of points and a lot of yardage. I've seen them versus South Carolina State. I've seen them versus Alabama A&M, even though they did win. And listen, for what it's worth, they're going up against one of the better offenses in the SWAC and going up against the best quarterback in the SWAC so far. So Bethune Cookman, but they have tall corners, Bethune Cookman. I didn't know, they have quite a few 6'2", 6'3" cornerbacks that can get up and go get that ball. But for some reason, they give up a lot of yardage in the air. So, and Andrew Body can't start slow in this game. No room for neither of these quarterbacks to start slow. But I know Ransom is coming to play, even though, Bethune Cookman is already fighting an uphill battle playing at Alabama State's homecoming, which I know is going to be hostile. So I definitely have Alabama State winning this game, but I think Andrew Body is going to be one of the guys. And, really, I think Alabama State could run the ball on this team fairly easy if they wanted to, but I think Andrew Body is going to have himself a big game. I think Ransom is going to get the ball in the end zone here and there, but I think ultimately, Alabama State wins this. And especially it being homecoming, I think they're going to win by at least 10 points. But I have Alabama State winning this game, but I think it's going to be fireworks offensively. I really do believe that, but we'll see what happens, man. But, yeah, I think this is going to be a good game, too. And this is definitely going to be one of the games to watch. Absolutely so. But I like both these teams.